Hi, students. All right, we're back at it for English 101. Apologize for the glare. I'm going to keep this really short, chapters 6 and 7. So you got to learn how to write an analysis. And then chapter 7, you're actually going to start to process one of the topics there, just practicing. So you're going to have, say, a minimum of 200 words. You're going to have some brainstorming that you post as well. Okay. All right. So that's at the end of chapter 7. Okay. So, it's kind of hard to see, but I will try to make it understandable. So I'm just summarizing chapter 6 here, writing an analysis. What should you take into account? Author's thesis. Of course, that assumes you can find it. So in most academic writing, end of the first paragraph or beginning of the second paragraph. Okay. And sometimes they'll just come out and tell you directly what their thesis is. Okay? So consider that thesis, again, is their opinion. It's their position on their topic that they're going to try to prove in the body. Remember, you don't give a lot of evidence in the intro. You do that in the body of the paper. Okay. So thesis, purpose, you got to figure out what their purpose is. A couple essays in this chapter, I think, have to do with, it might be chapter 7, gun rights, liberals who believe in gun rights and hunting and that kind of thing. So think about what their purpose is. Methods. So again, is it inductive? Is it deductive? What kind of methods are they using? Are they collecting statistics? Are they interviewing people? Are they using examples? So what kind of methods are they using? So that's basically what methods means. Okay. Persona. So that really goes back to that term ethos, the character of the writer, researcher. Also their tone. Are they a jerk? Are they, when you read the Christoph, I forget his name, Christoph. Anyway, I think it's the one about basically deer hunting and that deer have killed more people. You have to understand his sense of humor, sarcasm there. So you have to evaluate it a little bit differently. Okay. All right. So tone, are they serious? Are they humorous? Are they sarcastic? Is the tone inclusive? Is it a healthy tone that's inclusive or not? Okay. And then last, consider audience. Who's the audience? And of course, for your writing, who's the audience? No, not just me. The rest of the class, tutors, the internet to some extent too. Okay. All right. So reminder here, note how to organize your analysis of an essay. Go to page 199. It gives you some nice graphics there. Page 201. Take a look at graphics reminders so that you can actually see it. So those of you who are especially visual learners, it's better to be able to see it. Check those pages. So then the end of the chapter, 223, analyze one essay. So again, even though you've done this with maybe some previous chapters, you're going to pick one of the essays in chapter 6 and analyze it. So that means finding the thesis, talking about do they have evidence and do they answer any objections to their point of view? Okay, so that's it for chapter 6. Let's move on to chapter 7. So we have develop your own argument. So you're going to take one of the 5 topics at the end of the chapter. So check 257. There are 5 different topics there. And you're going to choose one of those. And so this one's not based on an essay. So this one's based on your generating your own ideas, okay, from one of those topics. All right. So what are you going to do first? You're going to brainstorm your ideas. You might do clustering, bubbles, whatever you call it. I make lists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, graphics. So check 229. Maybe you want to have a graphic, a picture with, again, clusters, bubbles, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so make sure you have a thesis somewhere. You want to start developing first, probably your thesis opinion that you prove in the body of the paper. So again, what's a thesis? It's an opinion. It's an answer to a question. It's your position on a topic. Okay. And so then you just need to have that separately. Something else you need to consider from the beginning, answering critics. What are the usual things that critics object to when your thesis or proposal costs too much money? Okay, so that's the first thing. Too much money, they're going to object to that, so you're going to have to answer. So if you're talking about free college and university for everyone in California, first objection, it costs too much. How are we going to raise billions of dollars like that for all the young people in California to attend college, university, or state colleges and universities? Okay. So the first thing is always money, it costs too much. B, takes too much time. So, for example, for you to raise that kind of money, it's going to take, for free college, university in California, it's going to take too much time to have to raise that money. It's going to take us 3, 4, 5 years to do that. So it's going to take forever to implement your plan. Okay. So it's almost like, what's the point? Okay. So number 5, you need to be drafting, so to speak, drafts. Write down your ideas, and I'm going to ask for one of those here at the end of this chapter. Okay. So your intro, find an interesting way to start. Don't start with your thesis. Okay, check pages 238, 239 for intro. Okay. Next thing, the body of your paper. Look at 241. So you may want to have your intro. You may want to have some background information on your topic. Then you want to have your strongest points, your reasons or examples to prove your point, whatever of the 5 topics you choose. And then consider objections and then conclude. Okay. And then, so you're going to work on your body of your paper where you put in your reasons, examples, evidence for that supports your thesis. And then we're going to do a peer review in class, or no, not in class. Well, for the one class I have, yes, online or in class. And then there's the end of the chapter topics. And let me just go to those for 1 minute. So page 257. Let's look at these because they're going to require your thinking a little bit. But I would say don't consult other sources just based on what you know. Pick one of the topics that you know something about and write about it. Okay, number 1, students in laboratory courses should not be required to participate in the dissection of animals. Okay, so like remember the fetal pig experiment or on frogs, those different experiments, cats, dissecting cats, things like that. Okay. Washington, D.C. should be granted statehood. 3, in wartime, women should be subject to the military draft. If men are, we don't have a draft right now, okay, in the U.S. 4, this one seems really interesting. The annual Miss America contest was right to eliminate the swimsuit competition. Okay, so what are your views on that? Is that demeaning to women to make them wear swimsuits and be judged solely on their physical appearance, or is it? I don't know. 5, students should or should not have to take general courses in arts and literature, like this course. Okay, so maybe you want to write an opinion paper against having to take English 101, English 102, whatever. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's all I have to say. And we're under 10 minutes this week. And I'll see you in class and online. Bye.